Hi, my name's Audrey Flanders. This is my presentation for LUT1 at Western Governors University. Not many teenagers don't anxiously await their 16th birthday. Receiving their driver's license is a rite of passage, a day that they've waited for since they experienced the freedom and independence that came from riding their first bicycle. Parents also look forward to this time as they are no longer the single mode of transportation for their teenager to get to and from school, work, and social activities. As we turn the keys over to these young drivers, we can't help but think of the dangers presented to them on the U.S. roadways. In this presentation, I'm going to show you how the graduated driver's licensing program has decreased teen fatality rates by addressing the three key factors of inexperience, night driving, and distractions with other teen drivers in the car. The CDC indicates that motor vehicle accidents are the leading cause of death for the U.S. teenager. Drivers age 15 to 24 account for 14% of our overall population, but they account for 58% or $26 billion of the total cost of motor vehicle injuries. Fortunately, there are proven strategies that can improve the safety of young drivers on the road. In 1970, the National Highway Safety Administration studied the threats to novice drivers and developed a three-step licensing process known as the Graduated Driver's Licensing Program. Driver education classes provide 30 to 40 hours of classroom instructions, yet only 6 hours of behind-the-wheel driving. Driving is known as a psychomotor skill, which means that the brain does not learn the activity simply by sitting in a classroom, but by doing the skill over and over repetitively. The Graduated Driver's License Program requires an additional 40 hours of outside driving behind-the-wheel training with a parent, legal guardian, or a licensed driver's education teacher. This extra experience allows the parent to slowly introduce teen driving to various driving situations over the next 40-hour time frame. Night driving has proven to be the most deadly for teenage drivers. Only 20% of their driving occurs at night, but nearly half of the teen fatalities occur after dark. 90% of a driver's reaction depends on their vision, and vision is limited at night. The Graduated Driver's Licensing Program addresses this by requiring 10 of the 40 additional practice hours to be during nighttime. Once licensed, a driver less than 17 years of age cannot operate a motor vehicle between the hours of midnight and 5 a.m. Finally, the Graduated Driver's Licensing Program restricts passengers that are not immediate family members 6 months after the driver receives their license. There is a measurable difference in the resulting crash depending on the age of the front seat passenger. Passengers less than 21 years of age increase the crash rate by 100 times. This is most likely due to the distractions caused by passengers in the vehicle. More than a third of the teenage drivers admit that they have been distracted by other teens in their vehicle while driving. From the late 1970s to the late 1990s, there was virtually no progress towards implementing the graduated driver's licensing concepts, even though research continued to prove that it had dramatically improved teen fatality rates. This map shows research done by Nakashan. Nakashan compared the graduating driving licensing programs in all 48 states. His results showed that there was a great variance in the programs, and the results clearly align with how well each state addresses the three key factors. Researchers categorize each state's program one of three ways: good, fair, and marginal. Good programs, which are shown in blue, would extend the learner's permit phase by at least 6 months, restrict night driving and the number of passengers in the vehicle until the driver reached 17 years of age. Good programs reduce teen fatality rates by 19.2%. Fair programs are shown in green on the map. They would restrict night driving or the number of passengers in the vehicle until the driver was 16 and a half years of age. It would extend the learning permit time frame, but not as long as 6 months. Fair programs reduce teen fatality rates by 5.8%. Marginal programs are shown in red on the map. They have one of the three components, but not all, and they had no impact on teen fatality rates. It is very clear through the research done that to have the best impact on teen fatality rates, all three of the key factors must be present. Simple graduated driver's licensing programs which place restrictions on newly licensed drivers are already saving hundreds of lives every year since their introduction. If all states would enact good graduated driver's license program as shown in this presentation, the number of deaths would no doubt plummet in the United States. Inexperience, night driving, and distractions caused by teenage passengers have proven to be the deadliest hazards for our teens. Research continues to show that the rite of passage need not be so deadly. Beginning drivers need to get as much experience behind the wheel under the supervision of an adult in controlled situations. Night driving needs to be introduced slowly as other skills are mastered. And reducing distractions to young drivers by removing teenage passengers from the vehicle helps the driver focus their attention on improving their driving skills. Do I have any questions?
Would raising the driving age have a bigger impact on reducing teen fatality rates rather than implementing the graduated driver's licensing model?
Research shows that it's actually inexperience, not immaturity, that creates the fatality rates. So raising the driving age would actually make accident-prone 17 and 18-year-old drivers. Extending the permit time by at least 6 months, in essence, does raise the minimum driving age. And McKnight and Peck's research showed that that would reduce the fatality rate alone by 16%.
What was the first state to adopt the graduated driver's licensing program in the United States, and what was their success rate?
California was the first state. As you can see by the map, they're one of the good states. They adopted it in 1998, and in that first year, they reduced their teen fatalities by 23%. Thank you. Have a good day.